Welcome to Boss Up. Get ready to elevate your game with your dynamic hosts. First up, we have the visionary powerhouse, Dan D. Johnson, who's a failure transformation expert and a financial literacy and business coach with a wealth of knowledge to help you scale and grow. And joining him is the inspiring and charismatic Shada Amour, your corporate expert and life coach, ready to share insights on leveling up your life and relationships. Together, they'll guide you on a journey to unleash your potential and boss up. Now, welcome Shada Amour and Dan D. Johnson.
What's up, Dan D. Johnson?
Amore. What's going on, girl? How art thou?
I'm doing good.
Are you
Trying to hold
well?
it down in America while you're in Africa. So,
Absolutely. You got to take the next trip. One of our board of advisors is with us, and he's going to be on our meeting on Thursday. And I think
that's
you're
so
going.
amazing.
Yeah, I think you're going to be impressed upon to take the next trip, and then in April, not April, in March or April of 2026.
We kind of all the way.
I'm good. Yeah, in March of April of
Oh, yeah,
2026,
you are good. You're back.
we are doing an executive leadership retreat at the Nelson Mandela Museum. It's going to be absolutely epic. And so where all of
Wow.
our board members are going to come and train and teach and develop the leaders and the business owners of that region. They're all converging. It's going to be amazing, and you must be there. I talked about you specifically. I said I got one board member that I didn't think, she kept saying she wasn't going to come, but I think she come. I think we're going to get out. And especially if I promise you'll have a 6-star
Really
accommodation.
good there. Zoom.
Oh, I mean, it's amazing. But here's the deal. It's mission work in that part of the region.
Yeah.
But here where I am for this week, you'll be able to have 6-star accommodations. You'll be able to be bougie. How about that? I know you like bougie.
Can you guys believe that? Do you guys think I'm bougie? Like, come on now. What are you talking about?
Listen, you will be able to be bougie.
Well,
And
bypass that. I'm glad you said all of that.
I promise you'll be able to have
Zoom is
nice.
really great. So I will be here through Zoom.
No. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. I promise. But tonight
Okay.
it's on and popping. I told you.
On and popping.
We did like a Boss Up Live. Myself and Mr. Tranberg, we sat on a stage, and it was about 50 so business owners, and we saw that each one of them got a chance to act to tell us about a problem they needed to solve. And we were able to speak into the lives of their business and all of those things to help them solve problems. It was really fun.
Amazing. What part of Africa?
Well, we were in Idutwa, which is where Nelson Mandela was from. It's in the Eastern Cape. That's where all of this happened. And now we're in Cape Town, which is the Western Cape. And so we'll be doing some stuff here. So it's cool.
Well, thank you for doing that. That's so amazing. And it just excites me to be able to be a part of it in some way. And although I can't be there in person, I'm just so excited to be a part of it in a small way.
That's how I know you from the Baptist church. I can't be there in person, but I'll be there in spirit.
Be there in spirit. Okay, well, tonight, so you have helped these amazing people in Africa boss up. And tonight we have someone amazing that is a personal friend of mine and who I got to know being a part of a mastermind where we became dream life coaches together. And she's doing some amazing, amazing work. And so I'm going to bring her to the stage. Robin. Hey,
Hi.
Robin. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me tonight.
Hey, Robin, how are
How are
you?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you.
Yeah, I see. I see. Robin. Robin got the tinted shades on. You know, she ready. She ready for it.
She is ready.
Oh,
Yes,
boy.
and I see my cousin has invited people. I see you, Charlo. Thank you. And I see some other people out there. So we are excited to be up here and able to help people boss up their businesses. So, Robin, what is your business? What is it that you do?
Yeah. Well, basically, I empower people to rise above their obstacles, reach their goals, and make an impact on the world around them. And I do that through life coaching and providing programs that can help everyone from teenagers, who are really my heart, I have to say, to corporate and families as well.
Great, 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 great. And so you have Let's Rise Academy. So can
Mhm.
you tell us just a little bit about like how did you get started in that? What made you start this? And like what specifically happens at Let's Rise Academy?
Yeah, I was a teacher for 31 years. I decided to take early
Hey,
retirement. Yeah, educators. I
go
decided
educator.
to take early retirement, but I knew I wasn't finished. I still have a heart for teens in particular. I don't find them scary. I think that they are just full of raw potential, and they just need to be
Great.
able to channel that, right? So
Yeah.
what happened was I was going through this stage where honestly I wasn't sure how I was going to make that happen. Um, that seed had been buried for so many years, and I went through the same, like Amore mentioned, the life coaching program that she did as well, and that helped me to get clarity. And I thought, what if teenagers could get this clarity at their young ages? What if they were able to shed some of that limiting belief and those self-sabotaging behaviors while they were young? How could that set them up for their future? So that's pretty much what started all of this, that desire to help teenagers just soar and to start to have these skills before they even get out of high school. Develop those leadership skills, those skills that are going to help them be successful not only in the classroom, but in the workforce, in families, just wherever they are. And they would have a heads up over others because they have these skills already. And just that was just definitely my heart and passion, and through that, I got to talking to women about my own journey, and they wanted me to help them
Wow.
too. So Let's Rise Academy has a teens track, and we have a women's track, and have more recently introduced something with a DISC assessment. If you don't know about that, it's a personality and behavioral assessment. The cool thing about it is it helps to categorize you based on
Yeah.
your personality style and your communication style. So now I get to use that within my teen programs, in my workings with women, and I'm using it in premarital counseling situations. I'm using it in corporate. So Let's Rise Academy is really, really moving to make an impact on as many people as we can.
I love that. How many people out there have done the DISC assessment? If you have, put a one in the chat. You might not remember what yours is because I know, like, I've done it a couple of times and I'm like, I can't remember which one I am, but I have done that a number of times. And it really helped me, like, as a leader, like, we worked on as a team, like, who we were. So put a one in the chat. You've done a DISC assessment or a strengths, like strength finder assessment, those type of things, and that it's helped you. All right. So, Robin, you're doing
Yeah.
amazing things. You just did a session with it was like a bank or something, right? Like it was a
Yeah.
business.
There were 21 bank managers where we did an assessment, and I went in, I did the debriefings, and I did a training, and then I have a follow-up appointment with the regional bank managers to see how we can partner to continue to encourage growth.
That's right. So that's That's great. So, what would you say is your biggest problem? What's your biggest problem right now? What are you trying to solve
Well,
in your
my biggest
business?
problem right now would be there are so many directions that I can take with what I do, but I want to
Mhm.
rein it in. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to spend so much time chasing this
Yeah.
and chasing that I'm losing focus. So, yeah, that's my biggest challenge right now.
Mhm.
So, I just want to help everybody.
All right,
Well,
man.
listen, Robin, I'm so glad you know what your biggest challenge is. You said that in less than 5 seconds, which means that challenge has been challenging you for about 5 years or more. And so the question I have for you is, Robin, are you ready to boss up?
I certainly am.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. It is so interesting. I did a coaching session with one of my students yesterday who just so happened to be a principal. Well, no longer a
Oh.
principal, work in work in the headquarters office of the school district. And their challenge is that God blessed them, like I'm sure He has blessed you, Robin, with a bunch of gifts, a bunch of talent,
Mhm.
and and you have the potential to do anything that you desire to do. And when you desire to do it, you also are very good at it. And so,
Mhm.
what you do when you have the potential to do everything, but you don't have time to do everything, then you have to evaluate what your mission statement. Now, wait a minute. What do you mean your mission statement? You have to have a personal mission statement. And your personal mission statement, number one, helps you to establish boundaries for activity.
Mhm.
So if it does not directly meet your mission statement, then you know that that's something that you cannot do. The second thing that we have to get done in terms of being able to choose which direction, because you can't go north and south at the same time.
Right.
You can't go
What?
east.
Wait a minute. What?
Well, we got to choose the direction that we want to travel.
Gotta choose. That's so hard. That's so
I
hard,
know it's hard.
though.
I know it's hard. I shared with my student one of my biggest challenges is that right now we doing boss up. I got another one called Hey Dad. That's on totally something totally different. I've been on of countless this year, probably 20 different podcasts and different shows on making marriages and relationships work.
Mm.
So you can be all over the place, but you have to identify which direction you're going to choose. And then now what that the fear is the fear of loss.
Mm.
Because if you choose this direction and go here, then what do you do about all of those people that's on the other side of town that you could also go to? Right.
Right.
And
Mhm.
so the way is this making sense so far, Ms. Robin?
Total sense. Yes.
So what
Wait,
we
I'm
have,
sorry, Dad. Before you say that, I just also want to ask, like, those in the group, maybe it's just Robin, maybe it's just me also, who have lots of things that we get caught up in. But is it like if you get caught up in a lot of things, I want you to put two in the chat. I get up, hey, two. Robin, how many things did you name? About four things, four different things.
Probably. Yeah.
and you know, Robin, I do a session for individuals such as yourself, which are individuals such as myself, called the balancing act. the head of many hats. I wear 18 different hats, literally 18. So I'm like this all the time. And so the reality is, though, for you, it's not about the multiple responsibilities. It's about the multiple things that you could be doing. Like, for example, you had something amazing going. And that's something amazing going when I heard you talking was you're a life coach for teens. Let's Rise Academy for teens. So as I was listening to you talk, I thought your big problem was, how do I monetize this for teens? Because it's so unique. But most teens don't have money. So how are you going to get paid?
How you going to get paid? That's the big question.
So
How are you going to get paid?
I thought you was going to give me my first biggest challenge that I was going to have to stutter through to overcome, and that is how to get paid from teens being a life coach and actually make some money. That's what I thought. Because
hey Laura,
because
that's what
listen,
was on the last time.
Robin, this is what you want to do. You want to first of all identify something. Which one is it, and which group is it that you're most passionate about?
Identify which group you're most passionate about.
Yeah. So when you have the opportunity to go right, go left, identify which one are you most passionate about. That's number one. Number two, which for you, I'm saying group because it's basically, am I going to go to corporate? Am I going to deal with women? Am I going to deal with premarital? Am I going to deal with this? So which group, right? Which one are you most passionate about? Number two, which one are you naturally good at, where you find the easiest success with, right? So if it's teens, if it's women, if it's corporate CEOs, if it's corporate mid-level management, which one are you naturally good at, right? The third one is for right now, because you want to build you a foundation, and you want to build a foundation that's going to bring in the necessary money to stabilize your business, right? So which one has the greatest ease of entry, right? You want, as far as entering into the marketplace, which one is easier for me to get in? And then the fourth thing is, which one will you do for free? I hope you're getting this. I'm dropping some nuggets.
You are.
Because which one will you do for free? You know what? I have to remind myself to invoice. I got to remind myself to charge. I got to remind myself to go get my money, because it's so much in you. You're willing to do it for free. And then this is the fifth question. Watch this. Which one of those things will make you cry? Which one of those things have the most impact on you? And when you look at those pieces, now you're not pursuing things just to pursue it. You're not just pursuing money, because when you identify those 5 things, you are pursuing purpose. And in the pursuit of purpose, money comes. Are you hearing?
Yeah, that's so good.
And so this is where we have to start. What's our purpose? My biggest challenge when I come, like, for example, I'm here in South Africa. On one day, I'm doing mission work. We're building in some of the undeveloped and underdeveloped regions. The next day, I'm talking about business. The next day, I'm speaking to leaders. The next day, I'm doing a big youth session and youth party. You understand? Then I come here, it's a whole nother market. I'm doing a big youth jam. a young adult session. It just all depends. But my foundation, my mission is empowering people to live a better life. And I empower them professionally, socially, and financially and personally. So that's what I do. So when it falls under that umbrella, I know I can do it. But guess what? I used to consult CEOs for multi-level marketing companies. I don't do that no more. Why? It's just not directly in my wheelhouse. And I don't necessarily agree with the psychology behind MLMs. Am I good at it? Yes. I've been a top producer in a couple of them, but I'm not going to do it. Am I going to go and invest and buy a car dealership? Just no. Why? It's not within what I do. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so this is how you begin to narrow down. Those 5 things will help you narrow down what you do. Now, here's what, because of Let's Rise Academy, let me put it in the context for you. You can identify 2 or 3 things or 2 or 3 categories that you specialize in for Let's Rise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because they're all centered around the same thing, they're just presented differently.
Right.
How you coach teams is different, and your presentation to teams may be different than to women, may be different than corporate, but it's all around the same thing.
Right.
So now, because you decided to make the DISC assessment piece module.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That could go for all of them. Like,
yeah. And you decided to make that an integral part of what you do. So now we have to come up with a brand that speaks to you being an expert in what? And when you define, when you streamline, I am an expert in
I love that.
this, it incorporates those things. So when you're coming in, when you're coming in, people know what you're bringing. When you're branding yourself, you are the blankety blank expert. So for example, me, I call myself the failure transformation expert. What does that mean? It's really simple. I help transform failures into success. And that's my brand. So if you've got a problem of failure, business failure, relationship failure, whatever those things are, you call the failure transformation expert. And I help you to transform your failures into success. So now, when you got a what problem, this is what you got to ask yourself. And they call Robin. They're calling Robin the what expert.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see it.
You see it?
Yes.
I see. What you think, Robin? What?
Wow. I mean, it's like mind blowing for one, because it really is it's not eliminating those different categories. It's taking the personality behavioral component, right, and using it in those categories. So then that will allow me to be the expert in those different spaces. So if corporate, comes to me for something, well, I have to think of a little name for it. I'm not quite sure what to call it.
Well, you actually just gave a great name. You don't even know it. You just gave a great name. You are a personality behavioral expert.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Wow.
I am a personality behavior expert.
Yeah.
And Let's Rise Academy could be, I don't know, 2 or 3 years from now. Let's Rise Academy could be, 2 or 3 years from now. Let's Rise Academy could be, 2 or 3 years from now. Let's Rise Academy could be, 2 or 3 years from now. Let's Rise Academy could be, 2 or 3 years from now. Let's Rise Academy could be, 2 or 3 years from now. Let's Rise Academy could be, 2 or 3 years from now. Let's Rise Academy could be, 2 or 3 years from now. Let's Rise Academy could be, 2 or 3 years from now. Let's Rise Academy could be, 2 or 3 years from now. Let's Rise Academy could be, 2 or 3 years from now. Let's Rise Academy could be, 2 or 3 years from now. Let's Rise Academy could be, 2 or 3 years from now. Let's Rise Academy could be, 2 or 3 years from now. Let's Rise Academy could be, 2 or the academy that's bringing out the best in you, or something along those lines. That's kind of corny, but we'll come up with something. If we were doing a session together, we would come up with something that speaks to you being the personality behavioral expert.
Right. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of
Oh my
sense. Yes, it does.
You see, and or maximizing the potential within. Let's Rise Academy, maximizing the potential within.
I like that. Maximize.
So now, if I'm a CEO and I want to maximize the potential of all of the people that's working for me, or my mid-level or top-level leaders, I'm bringing in Robin Savidge, Let's Rise Academy, maximizing the potential within. If I'm a school and I got a population of teens that I really think have great potential, but we need to help them identify who they are and help them to identify their gifts and all of that kind of stuff. Let's Rise Academy, maximize the potential within. This is, and I am Robin Savidge.
I am Robin Savidge. Yeah.
I'm a personality behavioral specialist or personality behavioral expert. And I'll help you and or your organization rise and maximize the potential within. So now there go your elevator speech. We're on the elevator. We're on the elevator on the 20th floor. And we get to meet each other. And by the time we get to the lobby level, what will I know about you? Hey, I just met Robin Savidge. She's a personality behavioral specialist, and she helps maximize the potential within people. Let's rise.
Wow.
Yes, let's rise. That preach. That will preach.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Let's do this. Let's rise together. Let's bring in, let's help your leadership team rise. Let's help your student population rise. Let's help your women group rise. And now you become that person that Amor would bring in to speak to her women's group. You become that person that the school system will bring in to speak to their. You become that person.
Their teachers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man.
Robin.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Now, how do we monetize the teen branch of Let's Rise? Since you got a couple of more minutes on the clock, I figure I'll go ahead and answer that question because teens don't have money.
Yeah, you wanted that question.
Yeah, I wanted that question. I don't know if I wanted it for you or for me, but here it is. It's three things that's coming to mind as I'm talking to you right now. It's three things that's coming to mind as I'm talking to you right now. The first thing in how to monetize that whole piece for teens is, of course, right now, every school have a social emotional budget. They have a budget specifically for that, right?
Yep.
So you want to partner with schools to be able to do that. And so also schools have a after school budget. This could very easily be an after school program type of situation, right?
Right.
And then here it is. You could also target athletic departments.
Athletes, yeah.
Of colleges, of high schools. Well, why would you target athletic departments? So that you could understand the team dynamic. Right? The personality dynamic of the team. So when you come in, now this is unique now. Now, this is unique because when you know, I haven't never heard of a team bringing in somebody to help their players or their athletes work better together because they understand the personality dynamics within the team.
Right. Yeah.
Does that make sense? So if
Yes,
you
it
got,
does.
so let me give an example. If you got a great shooter, but for whatever reason they pass the ball first, where does that person fall on your disc assessment?
Right. They're most likely an S, most likely an S, you know, that they
It's
value
a sport,
people,
right?
they're giving. Yeah.
It,
Wow.
it, it,
That's very, yeah, that's awesome.
you see that? And so now we help. So then we have to find the other person that's more dominant
Mm-hmm.
in their personality to help the supporter become a little bit more dominant when the ball is in their hand.
Right.
All of these things make sense. It also teaches coaches how to better coach their players.
Absolutely.
It's like Jesus. You're helping people become Jesus in their prospective spheres of influence. What do you mean? Jesus meet people where they are.
Right.
And what makes him so effective is that he comes in right where you are, meet you where you are, and help you rise to where you to where you were created to be. And you'll come in and help people meet people where they are and help them rise to where they desire to be.
Wow.
Yes. Are you ready to ask her a question,
I'm
Dan?
ready. I got one question, Ms. Robin. The
Yes.
personality behavioral expert.
I love
Yeah.
that.
The question I have for you, do you feel that you've been bossed up?
Yes, I certainly do.
All right. Come on, boss up,
Definitely.
boss up.
Yes,
Yes,
bossed up.
come on. There it is, boss up. She got the boss up there.
That's
She got the
right.
boss
I
up
love
there.
it. I love it.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Robin. This was great, wasn't it, Robin?
Wow. It was, yes, yes. And I have to say, it relieved a little bit of the stress that I had, you know, because of the various areas that I was looking at and trying to figure out how to pull them together because, like you said, the mission was still the mission. And wow.
Mic drop.
My God.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This was fun. This is fun. Miss Robin, it has been a plumb, pleasing pleasure, more than a privilege to meet your acquaintance and to help you boss up.
Boss
Thank you so
up.
much. It was a pleasure. Really appreciate
Okay.
Woo!
That was great. You
Man, that
dropped
was
some gems. I gotta give you, like, for it to be 3 a.m. in Africa, you dropped some gems today. So hopefully, hey, I'm gonna steal some of that. I'm gonna steal some of that for myself. And hopefully, you know, I know that our audience, I saw lots of people out there. I hope you were taking great notes on how to really discover like your purpose so that you can stay focused and not be all over the place.
Yeah, I need you to send me that what I said because I don't remember all of it. So I
It
need
is
you to.
great.
Yeah, I need you to send it because I think that's something we should utilize in some of our other settings of helping people
Yeah, I love that.
to really lay that
Discover there
foundation to
and get
build.
clarity. Yeah, get clarity because so many people, like we all, like, lots of people are seeking clarity. So,
Yeah,
all right. Well, thank
because
you guys. I'm sorry.
no, well, I was just getting ready to say, I think the reason they're seeking clarity because people are seeking purpose. They're seeking fulfillment. And I think we're learning that multitasking is not a real thing because the truth of the matter is if I'm multitasking, that means I'm not committing to and focused on one particular thing that I can really lock in and build on. And so we're trying to identify what should have our undivided attention in this precious time that we have in life. You know, And so it becomes challenging, especially when God has graced you with multiple gifts. And
No,
so,
definitely.
yeah, you wind up having 18 different Facebook pages and social media pages because you're just so gifted in so many areas. You got the Kingdom Woman Wealth Code. You got
Okay, see, all right. Thank you so much for
I
on
mean, when
everything
you're
that you
such
did
a
tonight. Okay, you want to talk about me on our show.
oh no, no, oh, that was about you. I mean, what?
Whatever. Okay,
You are
anyway,
gifted. You
everything
are
else
gifted.
you did
You
was
are an
great.
amazing. You are an amazing, amazing gift. You are an amazing, amazing gift. And you can just pick a lane. And once you pick that lane, you'll be successful in it. And I'm
Thank you.
just saying that there are many people that have that challenge and
That's true.
not
That's so
able to
true.
do it all, not able
That's
to
true.
manage it all. And because so they become all conjumbled in their mind
Yeah.
that they do a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. And what if they took all of the little bits and put it all right here?
In one place. It's so true.
And then they built it. And once they built that foundation and built the brand and built the name for themselves and in that particular area, now you could spread your wings because you got the money to help people
Do
for
all
people
the things.
to manage the other things well and all of those things. So that's what this is all about. And
Yes.
I'm just glad to be able to boss up people's lives with my girl.
I'm
Um,
so glad. I'm so glad. And I think, like, I mean, hey, we just celebrated Resurrection Sunday. And I think just even as you were talking about, like, God has called us to things, and sometimes there are distractions that distract us from the purpose that God has called us to. And it
yeah,
really is us taking the time to figure out, like, God, what have you called me to? What have you called me to do for you to build your kingdom? And that we get honest with that. But sometimes that takes time. Like, we have to talk about it, and we have to depend on our brothers and sisters in Christ also to help us think through those things. And that's what this is about, is that we are your brothers and sisters in Christ, and we really do desire to help people live in the purpose that God has called them to. Because this is a time when the Bible say, for such a time as this, baby, this is a time, okay? For this
yeah.
time.
I'm telling you, when you call by purpose, some stuff weapons may form, but they won't prosper.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, when you call by purpose, things around you don't really matter as much. The
Yep.
stuff, the noise that's around you. We got a lot of noise around us
You have a
in
lot of
America.
noise.
It's a
That's why
lot of
you have to get your purpose clear, like, or else you will be distracted. So,
yeah, yeah. You'll be distracted. You'll move by fear. You allow external situations to cause you to make decisions based on your life. And the truth of the matter is, everything you go through in life is a season. There's
mm,
seasons that you go through this. But if you don't know what your purpose is,
exactly.
you will allow a season of winter to take you out but will or cause you to quit, cause you to give up, cause you to throw in the towel. But when you understand purpose, you understand summer coming.
Somewhere,
And
somewhere.
summer coming. This season won't last forever.
Amen.
And so you just do the right thing, consistent enough, long enough, and it will eventually be enough. You just got to find what's your right thing.
It's your right thing. And so, if you are interested in learning more about your right thing or getting your right thing right, please.
Hey, that was
We
yeah.
will put a link in our chat because we would love to have you on the show. It is a ministry to us. It is something God has called us to, and we want to be there for you and to support you. So, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we're going to get
Absolutely.
behind backstage so we can just close out with Robin. But we're excited that you joined us tonight. Thank you so much. And we'll see you the next time on Boss Up.
Boss up.
And that wraps up another empowering episode of Boss Up. Join Dan D. Johnson and Shana Amour on the next episode of Boss Up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow Dan and Shana on all social media platforms for more insights and inspiration to boss up your life. Until next time, remember to keep shining, keep grinding, and always boss up.